All right, so we got this 5 rows planted. Then we're just gonna take our rake here, just kind of go back across the tops of these plants, cover it back up. Hi, welcome back to the Buckeye Gardener channel. It's a beautiful morning here in Ohio. It's October 19th, and we're gonna get our garlic in the ground today. Now, I usually like to get it done a couple weeks before this, but we've been busy and the weather hadn't really cooperated. I'm gonna do it today because we got some rain this weekend when I'm off, and then next weekend it's gonna rain again. So we'll try to get in the ground now, because if not, it'll be November before we get it in. So we're gonna work on that. I showed you in the video, I built a couple raised beds here. I got some dirt I'm gonna throw in them real quick. And I got my little Manus tiller. We'll till that all in. I'll show you how to do the garlic. It's real easy. We'll plant this now. Like I said, I think it's October 19th, and we'll harvest this on July 4th next year. So let me show you how I plant it in the ground. All right, so I've got a few bags of dirt I put in my raised bed here. These were some bags they got on sale at Tractor Supply right now. They had their manure bags on sale for $3, so I bought like 8 bags, dumped in here. I didn't fill one bed up, but I got enough for the garlic. I'm gonna do 5 rows, 2 rows of chestnut, Romanian, music, and then my dad's variety. We're going to replant them all again and see what it does next year. I was pretty happy with this year. So here's how I'm going to fertilize them. I'm going to put fertilizer on them now, and I won't touch them again until springtime. And this is new this year I'm trying. I did this with my onions, and it seemed to work really well. This is just bone meal. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit in. It's supposed to help with the root development. And this will take a while to break down. So we'll put this in now, and it'll be in here all winter. Hopefully get these roots going soon, before it gets too cold. I think Sunday's gonna be our first frost here in Ohio. So we made it pretty, I think October 15th usually our first frost date around here. And we're gonna make it to today's 19th, so like the 23rd or something. So that's not too bad. Can't complain. I gotta harvest my peppers this weekend because they will be toast. So we'll sprinkle some of this down in. And then I'm gonna use some organic fertilizer. And the reason I'm using organic is because it takes longer to break down. So it'll take it longer through the winter here to get going. Because I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna fertilize these again until springtime. So there's a little bit of that. It looks like a lot, it's really not. It's just really white on that black, makes it look like a lot. So that's just phosphorus is all that is. There's some phosphorus in this too. This is just cheap organic fertilizer I got at Walmart or Tractor Supply somewhere. It's not real potent. It's 3-4-4, so we're gonna put it in pretty heavy because, like I said, this is gonna last almost 6 months before we probably fertilize it again. We'll put her in about like that. That's not too heavy. We're gonna stir this in before we put the garlic. I got these little rows right now, probably 3 inches deep. I don't think they're much deeper than that. And the reason being is we're gonna run a little single tide hose through these, knock some of this fertilizer down. That way the roots grow into it. It's not up around the plant. We'll just go like that. Get one more here. All right, I like that. So let me grab my single tine hoe. We'll hit that real quick. Just kind of stir it in a little. Like I said, we don't want that fertilizer right on them. And those plants really don't need to be that deep anyway. We'll just run this through a couple times like this. All right, let me grab some garlic. We'll start right there on the end. So like I said, we'll do chestnut here first. I'll show you real quick. This is the one that I'd grown last year. A guy at work gave me these. It was pretty good garlic. The cloves didn't get huge on them, but it was really good. This is chestnut red. This right here is also chestnut red. I ordered these from MI Gardener a few weeks ago. You can see they've got nice big cloves. They look really nice. I've got 3 heads of this over there. So we're gonna plant these 2 rows with these. And next year I'll save the ones with the biggest heads. We'll plant those again. So we'll start right here on the end. Just gonna push them down in the ground a wee little bit. So the tops of them, you're gonna put where the root is down. And the top of it's gonna be down in about, I plant mine from the top, probably about 1.5 inches of soil. Excuse me, and I'll come back in a couple weeks and I'll take some wood shavings like you get for your chicken coop or something like that. And I'll put about 1 inch or 2 on here for the winter. That'll help keep some moisture in there so it doesn't dry out, and it'll keep it a little bit insulated so it doesn't get so cold down in there. I did that last couple of years, it worked great. So we'll get down through. I'm gonna plant all these rows the same. I've got them about 4 inches apart. Like I said, there'll be about 1.5 inches of soil on top when we're done. I'll come back and throw a few wood chips on it too, and it ought to start off here pretty soon, pretty quick. So we'll go ahead and get these in the ground. I'll show you what it looks like when we get done. All right, so we got those 5 rows planted. Then we're just gonna take our rake here. Just kind of go back across the tops of these plants. Cover it back up. So last year, excuse me, a little bit of a cold. I had some planted up by the house. We had the Arctic blast, they called it there in December, that most of the country got. And the bed, I planted them in up there. I didn't till it up. I just I didn't do a real good job at prepping it. I kind of run my wheel hoe through it and with the stirrup hoe attachment on it. It worked good, I thought. But I didn't get down in to break that soil up. And when we had that Arctic blast, it got down to like -4, and it pushed the garlic that was in that bed up out of the ground. And I found it a couple days later. I went back and shoved it back in, and some of it did okay. I had some elephant garlic in there. It didn't survive. It pushed it up out, and I think it froze. But the others seemed to do okay. I had some chestnut up there and some kind of purple Italian I had. All right. So that's about all we're gonna do with it for now. I just kind of left a little hump there so I can kind of see where the rows are. I got some tags I need to put in right here in the back of the truck. I'm gonna grab them real quick. Put one in each one so just so I know where the rows are. And that's all there is to that. Like I said, I'll come back here in a couple weeks, sometime before it gets real cold, and sprinkle 1 inch to 1.5 inches of wood chips on top. Just kind of keep it insulated for the winter. It seems to help a lot. All right, so that's how I do my garlic. Garlic's pretty easy. There's not much to it. I saved some of the bulbs from this summer, had them good and dry under the deck with the onions, had them in the garage. One of the remaining red heads that I had was a little bit rotten, but maybe I left it outside a little bit too long or something, but everything else was good. So I reused all that except for those couple bulbs I bought from MI Gardener. They look like really good bulbs. So I just want to have a few more of that chestnut. I kind of like that. And made nice size heads. So hopefully these bulbs produce like the ones that I planted. So those were nice size. I had nice big bulbs in them. But we're about done here for garden season this year. You can see the garden behind me where I planted that rye cover crop a couple weeks ago. It finally come up nice. It's looking good. You can see all the peppers on the plant still. I gotta get them off here tomorrow or Saturday because Sunday night's gonna get down to 32. So they're done. Get them off and do something with them. And that's be about it for the year. So I'll cover this up with some mulch here in a couple weeks, and I'll show you that real quick. It's real simple, but it does work good keeping it insulated in the wintertime. Helps that garlic out when it gets cold out. So that's about all there is to it. Give garlic a try. It's pretty easy. It's not too late to plant it either. I've planted it as late as Thanksgiving before, and it grows just as good. I can't tell any difference between that. And my dad plants his in the end of September every year. I never get mine in that early. I'm always busy and stuff, but mine always does great. So like I said, even as late as Thanksgiving, still does good. So you got plenty of time. Go ahead and give it a try, and thanks for watching.